Just want to give you a little brief history about, I just saw Dana. Hey, Dana. About Charles L. Miller. The Charles L. Miller Award is named in memory of Mr. Charles L. Miller, the 30th president of the association. Throughout his career, Charles L. Miller, better known as Charlie, exemplified the highest level of dedication to our profession, provided an outstanding leadership and a role model for seasoned veterans and new professionals alike, and was known for his tremendous sense of humor. A $250 donation is made every year to the Akuhawai Foundation of Excellence in honor of the Wakuho Charles L. Miller Award winner. Tonight, we will honor the next recipient of the Charles L. Miller Award, Dr. James C. Smith. Capshaw.
That's a C. That's a C.
Okay. Thanks. So let's talk a little bit about James's career in higher education. All started back there a long time ago when he was the president of the Residence Hall Association at Eastern Michigan University. After undergraduate, James continued his education and earned his doctoral degree from UCLA. He has held many positions throughout his career at several universities. He currently serves as the Dean of Student Affairs for the Earl Warren College at the University of California, San Diego. In his position, he oversees in this position, he has oversight of student affairs initiatives at the college, including residence life, orientation, student programming, and academic integrity and student conduct. Dr. Smith, Wakuho involvement consisted of serving as the president, president-elect, treasurer, and vice president. Wow, that's a lot. Many years.
Many.
And he has been involved with a number of Wakuho committees and programs. James currently serves as our Association of College and University Housing Officials Internationally, Akuho'ai Foundation Cabinet as a representative to the Western region. And remember what he said, you can still donate and he will take $1 because Reyes gave him $1.
I give more than that.
I would like, oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I would like to read a few comments from the 8 letters of support James received. James stands out as one of the best student affairs practitioners who is dedicated to students and the field of on-campus college student housing. James consistently demonstrates an ability to nurture the team development process in order for his staff to apply the model throughout their careers. James also is a role model's professionalism, care, strong work ethics, teamwork, and energy throughout his involvement in the professional organization. He is determined to advance Wakuho's mission and goals by working closely with practitioners from throughout the organization's region. James not only is a seasoned professional to me and others, he is a friend, a mentor, and support system to both new and continuing members. James is friendly, inviting to new professionals, encouraging their involvement as well as providing wisdom, perspective, and knowledge to the association at business meetings and operations. James recently co-chaired the Robust Virtual Waste in 2021. COVID, a virtual waste certainly wasn't what James and Dana Pidge originally signed up for, but they made the best of the unprecedented challenges to provide a space and a place for continued community building, engagement, and education. Another person wrote, when I think of James, I think work it. Whether in his work in the UC system, his work at future campuses within Wakuho, his volunteer work with Akuho I, or in the many years of working with Wakuho events, James does not shy away from a project. He has always been a good listening ear and provide insight, historical perspective, both as past treasurer and member of the Finance Advisory Committee. James is a mentor. He is truly passionate about Wakuho, and that is very clear from his continued involvement and motivation to stay involved on many different levels within the organization. James exudes a sense of humor, as noted in the award description. James is a dedicated housing professional who is always willing to provide a great contextual perspective, offering heartfelt advice, and assumes a leadership role in Wakuho whenever needed. Again, he has served as president, president-elect, association treasurer, annual conference co-chair multiple times, and has chaired or member of many committees since the late 1990s. Just a little bit more, y'all. I'm telling you, it was 8 letters. Oh, wow, thank you. James is a professional who is passionate about the work that he does in support of students, and the passion also shines throughout his selfless commitment to the success and advancement of Wakuho. Working with James is a pleasure, and he can be counted on to do not only get the work done with the highest standards, but to do it in a way that engages others and ensures an enjoyable experience for all. Dr. Smith has been heavily involved in leadership within housing and residence life since he was president of the Residence Hall Association at Eastern Michigan University. The greatest part of James' legacy at UCR, University of California, Riverside, will be his role in the creation of a gender-neutral housing. James is currently co-authoring a chapter in the educational publication on this very topic. James has served as a facilitator for support groups for students called Gay Talk, and is very active in supporting the dance marathon and fundraisers that support emancipated foster youth in college at UCR. James is always up when you need him. Wakuho, let's give a warm welcome to the stage the Charles L. Miller recipient this year, Dr. James C. Smith.
Thank you, Samuel. Picture that. Well, that didn't go against my 10 minutes, did it? Right? Oh, thank you all. I'm truly humbled. I really am. And, every year folks are wondering who might get this award because it's really an honor and a privilege. And although I didn't know Charles L. Miller personally, I've heard so many amazing things about him and his dedication to the association and to the profession and his notable sense of humor. I try to find humor in things as well, right? Sometimes people are either confused because they don't understand the TV, movie, or pop culture reference that I'm referring to, such as, drink your juice, Shelby. Steel magnolias, right? Okay, yes. Or, you're terrible, Muriel. Muriel's wedding, right? So there's that, or they think I'm being mean because I'm too sarcastic. So I sometimes I can't balance it out. But, it was funny that Samuel was alluding to my undergrad history, and I was like, oh gosh, this used to be my playground. League of Their Own? Anyone? Okay. So picture it. The early 1990s, Eastern Michigan University. A young man, first-generation college student and career journey. Starting his career journey, He was busy with every possible housing job you could think of. He worked in dining for a bit, residence hall front desk, summer conferences, summer RA, was heavily involved in student government and RHA, so much so that his grades suffered. Yes, I was 100% that student. I recall going into the director of housing's office for a meeting and telling her that I wanted to be a housing professional. Her name was Becky Figuera, and she was supportive and told me that she thought I would be great. She said that you probably want to go to grad school to get a master's degree in student affairs, and I thought, okay. And she's like, and you're going to need to get your grades up. So I was like, ooh. So this was the first time I got, called out. So I took an extra year, picked up another major, got my grades up. I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. So I'm off to grad school at Michigan State University, residence life. I got in, yes, on probation, but I got in. But that was where I first met two of the most dearest people in my life, Mary Treganing and Kefele Kafani. I thank you both for your love and support over the years, and I truly appreciate your friendship so much. No crying, okay? So you're going through grad school, you're doing your thing, and then I'm off to NASPA and ACPA to job search. This was back when they had 2 placement exchanges, y'all, and you had to go to 2 of them because you didn't think you were going to get a job. So I'm like, I'll just go to both. And that's where I interviewed with University of the Pacific at both ACPA and NASPA, and I remember meeting Jim Falcone, who was the director of housing at the time, and he looked at me and said, what are you looking most forward to being a resident director? And I told him, no longer having a Barbie dream kitchen. Y'all know what those Barbie dream kitchens are, right? With the cupboards, and the refrigerator, and the stove, and the sink, and it's one unit into the wall. Well, he looked at me and said, you might be disappointed at this. I said, oh, okay. So those old units were great, but I was off to University of the Pacific, where Jim Falcone and Carrie Kruger Devine were my first supervisors. That's where I first got involved in Wakuho. Yes, it was the late 90s by this time, and I was involved in Wakuho, and I started wanting to get involved in different organizations. And Carrie told me that I think this will be your organization. This is where you're going to meet new people and be a part of so many things. And I was so into ACPA at the time. I'm like, no, I can't do it. But I've met so many amazing people by getting involved, and I went to a new professional social in San Jose, salsa dancing. Can you believe it? And that's where I met my future supervisor, Alex Belisario. She was my salsa partner. So she told me about coming to work at UC Santa Cruz, and I kind of was reluctant. I said, no, I want to stay another year at Pacific and do my thing. And she's like, all right, but we have an opening. And so the next year I applied, and I ended up working at UC Santa Cruz, where I learned many valuable lessons from Alex. She reminded me the importance of professional and political acumen while working within the profession and our campus. I also learned for the first time how to do that magical thing we do called pivoting. Yeah, 9/11, 2001, tired as all get out from driving from LA to Santa Cruz from a Madonna concert. Okay, whatever. And the attacks happened. And suddenly we're figuring out how to do RA training. Will students come back? What are we gonna do? How do we make campus work? But we did it, and I learned a lot of valuable things at UC Santa Cruz. I then went on to UC Riverside and worked for 18 years. Can you believe that? I know, I only look 28, but yeah. I had the opportunity to work with Jeanette Radine and Andy Plumley. Andy, yes, Andy was a no-nonsense kind of guy, but he showed care, and he had a true passion for residence life and appreciated the work that we did. He made sure to budget for programming and all that we needed to educate and retain our students. And I learned a valuable lesson from Jeanette. Jeanette's here tonight. From really just allowing your feelings to be felt. So how many of you are familiar with the Myers-Briggs? Yes, we all did that nonsense stuff. Yes, so I was an ENTJ. Yes. My T was strong. I don't know about Jeanette. I think she was I'm going to say an INFP. But Jeanette's F was out in the parking lot. So my T is here, Jeanette's F, yeah. So I had this really, we kind of struggled for a little bit, but I learned to appreciate her attention to care for the students, and I learned to feel. I learned how to use my feelings. And I appreciated her attention, as I said, with the staff and our department. And when Jeanette left, I felt that the department left with her at that time. And so you just don't know what you have until it's gone. But then a couple years later, Chrissy Bender came in, and she was someone I could trust, no nonsense again, and someone I could gel with. She encouraged me to be more of a calm presence, to understand our importance in the campus community, to take one thing at a time, to trust your gut instinct, and to embrace face time with students. And now I'm at UC San Diego, where every day is truly a mystery, where we don't have to stand alone. Madonna, like a prayer comment, okay. And my FaceTime with students is higher than ever. Ask anyone who works at UCSD. But I've had an amazing team to work with. I appreciate those who I work with, and my supervisor, Marisa Abrijano, is a faculty member. So that's a little weird, but reporting to a provost and a faculty member, but she allows me to be autonomous and to do the good work we do for students. Wakuho has truly been that home for me for over 20 years. And while I attend ACPA, NASPA, Kuhoi when I can, I have really found a true passion here. And the connectedness here, if you've all felt it while you're here during the conference, is just amazing. So I thank all of those who have supervised me throughout the time. And I also want to thank those who I've supervised. Some of you might be here tonight. I've learned so much from my time in the field, and so much from those who I've supervised and those who I've worked with. What are we giving our students? How do we ensure that equity, diversity, inclusion are infused in everything we do? How do we continue to do the good work? To paraphrase RuPaul a bit, if you can't take care of yourself, how the hell are you going to take care of your residents? Can I get an amen? Amen. So, I do also want to give some thank yous to my Golos, which is a collection of professionals who I've met here in Wakuho, who we can call each other up every now and then, complain to one another, share vacations, but also hold each other accountable and call one another in a catty way, of course. So Mako, Mike, Chris, Matt, Kenrick, Kafele, and Chad, thank you for the love and support over the years. As I've said, Wakuho truly has been a community for me, and I've appreciated being in this space and having so many people who have in some way assisted in my development as a professional, whether it was career advice or how to work through a difficult situation on my campus, or just having a coffee talk here at WACE. I apologize if I miss anyone, but I really need to thank the following, and if you don't know who they are, please Google them. Ramona Hernandez, Sue Matthews, Martine Castillo, Emily Sandoval, Dave Keller, Charlene Chu Ogie, Alan Ogie, JB Brock, Cindy Derrico, Stephen Fleischer, Dan Ocampo, Happy Saminsky Amagellan, Byron Howlett, Danny Mann, Tim Trevin, Chuck Rhodes, Maggie Melagon, Jason Liu, Yumi Choi, Dana Pish, Willie Brown, Carol Roberts Korb, so many, many, many more. And if I missed you, I apologize. And I also have to thank my family, my mom, who shaped me as a single parent from a lower SES background. She did the best she could with what she had. She sort of raised us in a community of women who were from all different backgrounds, all different races, all different religions, ethnicities. They were more than babysitters, they were a community of support, and I learned so much from them. My sister and my nieces who couldn't be here tonight, my niece is having ankle surgery, but they're back in Michigan, and she's ready to graduate high school, so she's going to Michigan State in the fall, so yes. Yes, go green, go white. So my sister is an amazing woman, and she's raised some amazing women who I have learned so much from. So I thank them for their love and support. And to the rest of the association, I say thank you again. To my friends, family, and colleagues, to the current and past institutions. Okay, enjoy your meal now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ooh, picture.
Yeah, take the plastic off. It's not a couch.